poof, and just like that, we're live. Just like that. It's like we went from not being live to live. So hey, everybody, I'm Ed O'Keefe. I'm here with Rebekah Duron. If you do not know Rebekah, you're just missing out. I mean, Rebekah is one of the coolest in the game. Is always doing amazing things with, I mean, you have your hands in so many different businesses, Rebekah.
Yes.
Do you know that you're involved with all these different businesses, or do you just it's like for my dental clients, Rebekah's like, oh, we could do a reactivation and a workshop for them. For my personal injury attorney clients, you're like, we could get them ranked high in the MatPak.
Yeah.
For my regenerative medicine clinic, you're like, we could reactivate and book those and get them more sales.
Yes.
And then we get on the phone and you're like, yeah, I'm helping my brother kill it in solar. Our gyms are doing amazing. My licensing business is great. Every day is Christmas.
Well, no, not every day is Christmas, but we are doing a lot of things, and I'll plug that I can do most of those things because of licensing. Whoa, we just went big again.
Do you like it zoomed out better?
Well, like my whole face is a screen.
Okay, cool. No, right. we can do it zoomed out.
Okay.
I love it. So, hey everybody, just want to let you know. So Rebekah's a good friend of mine. We're doing a lot of stuff together, and she's been kind enough to speak at my last event, Profits Mastery event. I'm going to be posting that whole event, by the way, up on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed on my show, it's Ed O'Keefe Show on YouTube. Please go there, subscribe. I'm posting new cool stuff every day that's actually working in today's economy. And coincidentally, again, Rebekah and I are going to be speaking at Jordan Hall's event coming up. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah. But Rebekah messaged me this morning. The reason why we just jumped on is because she got phenomenal results getting one of our clients in the MatPak, which is locally high rankings for a personal injury attorney. And I just wanted to bring her on and say, like, hey, what are you seeing that's working, Rebekah? What are you seeing as new problems in the marketplace? And you're like a realist. You're not a pitch person. You're not a hype. You're not an opportunity seller. So like what are you seeing across all your businesses that's working? Maybe stuff that didn't work before is not working. And where's your focus moving forward? So that's a big chunk, but I'll let you kind of just take it from there, buddy.
So if you see me down here, it's because I'm writing notes. I'm a paper and pen gal.
Yeah. Still a good person.
What is working right now? And I will say that like this isn't like a new thing at all, right? But it sounds so simple, it's stupid, but it's like actually doing what you say you're gonna do. I know, it's crazy, right? And not just like these floaty, fluffy ideas of what you're gonna do, but a specific outcome. So we're talking about the MatPak, right? Because with this personal injury lawyer, we said, hey, we can get you to the top 3 MatPak in 30 days. And he was like, what were his words to me initially? Pretty cynical, like, oh, well, I guess I'll take this chance, you know? And it was actually on a trial. And then in 30 days on a trial, we got him into the top 3 MatPak.
Yeah.
It was like, holy crap, you actually did what you said you were going to do.
Can you explain why that's so important? And also just for our viewers, just in case, like if they're info marketers, they're not in a local business, why that is like everything as far as getting local traffic?
2 reasons: visibility and trust. One, you want to be seen in the local business space, because if you haven't noticed, if you have an orthodontist office, there's like 10 orthodontist office around there. So you want to be visible. Number 2, if you're in the MatPak, it's because there's trust built behind there, usually because of reviews. So if you have a lot of people reviewing you, you know, and everyone else in your industry is like at 50 to 100 reviews, and you have 500, and that catapults you to the MatPak, people just inherently trust you more.
And you guys have figured out a system that can get almost anybody into the top 3 of MatPak in less than 30 days, correct?
Right. viable businesses. I'll say, like, not just anybody. It has to be a viable business. But yeah, we can get them into the MatPak, get more clicks to their website, get more calls to their office. And in fact, with this guy, what also happened is, do you know what a Google Knowledge Panel is?
No, educate all of us, because that sounds really advanced.
So it's super important, especially if you're a local business, because what Google does is, instead of giving you like this little square of like Ed O'Keefe's business is here and here's his address and here's his phone number and here's his website, they give you a whole page. Can you imagine a whole page on Google about Ed O'Keefe's business? And it's got your big picture and it has a big map and it has links or sites that have linked back to you, referring you, talking about your profit events, talking about your big interviews, and like all of that is on one page. And all these other little businesses are coming up with these little blocks, right? And a link to the map. But you have a whole page on Google. And as a consumer, I'm like, wow, this guy, like, Google's telling me a lot about him. What should I know? That's amazing. It's almost better than the MatPak.
And so he's like the trusted authority according to Google. So if I'm searching for them, so you got this. Now this is, by the way, guys, we're not going to talk about local search marketing this entire time. We're just kind of talking about a specific. This is actually has multiple dynamics to it. Like if you sell to people and you promise an outcome, and so he quit, he canceled after you bumped him up into the top 2 in the MatPak. Super competitive market, personal injury attorney, which means one case could be worth a lot of money to them. And so he canceled without even going more than 1 month, correct?
He did. Isn't that so funny?
So Rebekah pings me up and she's like, do you got any more people that are on your list that want to get ranked? And I have dental implant docs and I have personal injury attorneys. So I will be mailing that out to all of them today.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to take his spot or claim their own spot, Rebekah's the gal to go to. Cool. Okay. So what else is working? What else you got going on?
What else is working? Well, the boring word of licensing. Licensing is working. It's not.
I think licensing is sexy and attractive. You got to like spin that. You're just living it too long.
I think most people don't think it's interesting because it's not a buzzword. It's not like really exciting. It's not like AI. Wow. Not that I have anything against AI. We use AI, right? But it's not a buzzword. And so people don't understand exactly what it entails or specifically how it can change their certain situation. I do not like complicated things. I do not like heavy things. I do not like over bloated things. Like, simplicity wins in my life because, like you, Ed, I have 1 million kids. Well, you have more than me, but.
No, but you have athletes, you're driving places. You and I are talking on the go. It's where we're actually sitting in a static location and having a conversation,
What I loved, I was listening to your interview earlier with Kevin, and he, pointed out the 4 things, like family, faith, fitness, and finance. And I think so often as entrepreneurs, everyone forgets to talk about the family part. How do you balance this world of marketing and success in quotes, and also have a family that still loves you, still wants to be a part of your life, and isn't like, oh, my dad just loves his laptop more than me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's go.
Priority, what's it all worth?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny you say that. What's the dude's name? Mr. Black or something on Shark Tank?
Kevin O'Neely. Oh,
yeah. So some things Kevin says, like on like some of it, I like some of the stuff he says, but and like, his personality is just his personality. It's not my personality. I would call it, he uses like the bully method, personality on negotiating and everything he does. It's kind of how he does things, but that's okay. That's his, he gets to do that. We live in there's a lot of people there. But one thing he said on an interview was, when you start a business, you got to tell your spouse that you're not going to be around for 10 years and your kids aren't going to see you and you're not going to this. And I was like, I never post on posts. Like, I never like jump on a post, but it was, it's a really famous podcaster who's like using that as a 1-minute reel. And I get it. They're probably But I was like, man, you should take this freaking thing down, because this advice causes more damage to marriages. The wrong mindsets. Like if my kid ever bought into that belief system of like, well, no, Dad, I got to grow this because my wife will deal with it. My kid, I'd be like, oh wait, listen, you slow up, bro. You slow up. That's not how we do this. Yeah.
And if you're doing that, like if you feel like you have to do that, you are adopting the wrong model. I remember a friend of ours, Ed, I won't say his name here, and he's a good guy. He doesn't even mean anything bad by this, but I remember this statement, and he told me, and I say he actually referenced volleyball, and I know your daughters are in volleyball. He said, if you think it's more important to be at your daughter's volleyball game than building this business for her, you're not really committed.
Well, that's
and for a second I was like, well, could that be true? Could that be true? Yeah. And the answer is no, that is actually not true. Okay. There are models that promote family first and still make money.
Well, can we just back up for a second on that? Like in the big picture, when I'm dying at my funeral, mm-hmm. If my kids are up there saying my dad was a phenomenal businessman, right, prior to the other things, I don't even care if they ever bring that stuff up.
Right.
Now I know in the Bible it says like a good man leaves a legacy for his children or something like that. So I get that part. But the reality is that there's other foundations that have to prioritize higher. And I know we go through seasons of life where like, look, we're in launch mode. Mom or dad working a little extra because of it, or we're in grind season. There's seasons of life totally. So I'm not negating that. But I think that what attracted me to direct response and the idea of leverage, selling one to many, or licensing, because we kind of got down this tangent about licensing. Yeah. And for everybody listening, like licensing is you have this intellectual property that you built up, a base of knowledge that you brought up. And then you go to a group of clients or an audience that you can solve a specific problem. And then you allow them to borrow, license, rent your intellectual property or systems. Yeah. Very similar to franchising, except franchising, there's so much legalities there and it's so much more accountability and responsibility. But like you could license a sales system. You could license a marketing system. I think Rebekah licenses a couple of things. One is I think new client getting workshop system and all the IP that goes with that. I did that in dentistry for a very long time. And with my regenerative medicine client right now, I'm thinking a lot about what we're currently doing with him. And he's got a full sales team. He's got a lot of pieces of the puzzle, a lot of these other med spas, chiro offices, and even dental offices. I didn't know all of those places could be providers of things like stem cells.
Yeah.
Because they need certain licenses.
Mm.
Well, if they could now leverage by partnering together, but it would be a licensing relationship. You know, so there's so many cool things there. So anyhow, didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. Can I say one more thing on this?
Yes.
Your brain will start crafting and creating the structures of things that you prioritize in value. Yeah. So if you start saying like, I'm never going to miss my kids' games, or like if you only have a couple, like I have 3 games tonight with 3 different kids, I'm missing 2 games. Okay. But I'm going to be at 1. My wife's going to be another. And then one of them is going to learn how to be independent. We think that's kind of cool. Like it's okay. She's a big girl. Right. And my son's at a golf tournament today. So there's 4 kids doing 4 events. So we're going to miss things. But it's crazy town, crazy sauce. But you could prioritize that segment of your life and then build whatever it is around that, So
absolutely. Sometimes I think people get stuck in like, I need this fulfilled right now. Right? Whatever that pain is. I need money in my bank account right now. I need to pay for my kids' tuition right now. I need to get this tax bill off of my head right now. And they're stuck in just looking at the most unuseful space, which is like their problem, and not seeing like the ability or opportunity that maybe they have in their back pocket and they're not utilizing it. It's an underutilized asset, right? And I truly believe that like where your energy flows, your money flows.
Oh, I love it.
Or your lack of money flows. And so if you just kind of like took that space, and that's kind of how I stumbled into marketing or licensing, is I had built this prison of a life with the Done For You agency, and all of my energy was flowing to all of these people that really didn't truly value who I was or what I did for them. And I was just like, this is getting me nowhere. And I actually did have money in my bank account, but it sucked. It was the worst kind of money. And then we just transitioned into licensing and started just focusing on this very specific outcome specific IP that I could build once and share multiple times. And so you say that I'm in a lot of things. I am, but it's because I have these licensable pieces, and I have a whole library of them now, and I can just share them into different niches and verticals, and like it's a multiplier.
That's really cool. So, okay, so let's give some advice on that. So you're the license. We'll call you the licensing queen. Okay, you got a new nickname, or killer, because your whole family's martial artists. If someone's out there and they have intellectual property, and the typical model is build a product, then go to Done For You services.
Yeah.
You know, Done For You services is a trap at a certain level. Like you get capped out. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't even matter how much you charge, guys. I'm just letting you know, like there's a cap on that. The licensing, you can have a license for 3 people or 300 people, and you can like, what do you call it? Centralize the support, the coaching, the toolage. What advice? Just let's pretend like we're teaching people how to get into licensing and sell their intellectual property.
Yeah. First, go identify something. Identify what people want, but also solves a problem. And don't be so super vague. You know, like everybody out there in the agency space is like, oh, I want to give you leads. Well, leads don't do anything. You know that. And I know that. Leads don't actually make you money unless you know what to do with the lead. It's not a specific outcome. And it's not an outcome that makes you a hero in the story. This is why we love workshops, right? Because I can say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, if I add 5 to 7 new customers, actually paying customers into your business in 1 hour, like, does that interest you? And it's a totally different proposition from like, hey, I can send you 100 leads that you can't manage and are going to turn to nothing, but will you pay me for it?
Yeah.
Totally different. So identify first what it is that's licensable IP that has a specific outcome. Start there. Identify the trash can asset.
Yeah.
After you identify it, then position it, then package it, then distribute it. And actually distribute it before you package it.
And so specifically you do it with, can you just walk through how you do workshops? Like with people, like how you're licensing out your workshops, so someone can either reach out to you to buy from you, or I see my daughter Reese just joined me on Instagram. What's up, Reese girl? How are you? And then Sam Karen, am I saying his name right? Sam, our Go High Level. What's the name of his app again? Let's give him a shout. Let me pop it open. He joined us. He said we're gangsters. I'm trying to live up to the hype, brother. I'm trying to live up to the hype. Yeah. So how are you licensing out your workshops without it becoming like massive work for you?
Man, workshops are the easiest thing. If you want a cheat code in the agency space, or even in your business, if you're a business owner and you want to run your own workshop and not have an agency for you, you absolutely can. But if you're like, I don't want to do that, I can actually connect you with an agency or a license that will do it for you in a very simple sense. Yeah. We run it, we close it, right? Oh my God, brain surgery, I know. We use a very simple, licensed, duplicatable ad in all different types of cities of the States for a specific niche, and we fill it. We just ran one in a specific sub-niche for ophthalmology last week, and we got 19 prospects through the door for workshops.
So they watch the workshop virtually or in person?
show up in person in a
Wow.
local business. Yeah, this is local in person. It can be done virtually, right? But this is local in business. They come through the business door, they sit in a space, they see the demo happen in front of them, like they see the transformation happen in front of them. Have you ever had a water softener company come to your house and show you how disgusting your water is?
No, is it crazy?
You should have one come over just so you can see the demonstration.
Okay.
So they pour your water and they show you all the disgusting things in it, and they're like, "Do you want to drink it?" And you're like, "Not really." And then they clean your water and they show you how purified it is, and they're like, "Do you want to drink it?" And you're like, "Yeah, I want to drink it." Done.
Wow.
Sold, right?
Yeah.
And so the proof is in front of you.
The demo does the selling for you. You're not having to hardcore sell. Yeah.
100%. You don't have to know how to sell. You don't have to have these high pressure, high ticket questions. It's just showing them, and it's reciprocity built because you're educating them on what exactly is causing their pain, the symptoms of their pain, the solutions to their pain. And now here's an offer for you. And we're going to even give you usually like a day of workshop sale type of idea.
Yeah.
Bam. 50% of the room turns into buyers. So if we had 19 people walk through the door, half the room turns into buyers. That service price ranges from $1,500 to $3,000. $3,000 on 10 people, $30K a day in an hour.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that in a local business?
Yeah, and I can tell you this, guys. I can tell you this, like local workshops does not cost a lot of money. Like your ad spend is very little. Like it's very little. It's actually on my bucket list, Rebekah, is to, like, what you're describing is exactly what I'm talking to Dr. Scott, who's my regenerative medicine, client / partner on that, is like, we're just trying to figure out how do we leverage through relationships now. And what you just laid out is actually probably the fastest path for him getting 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 offices promoting on his behalf, like, and it's a triple win, right? So we were doing this, like, me, I've been in dental implants forever, helping dentists sell dental implants. It is still by far, I'm blown away. I have a client spending $30 a day. Gets four high quality cases comes in his office every week. Now, I'm not saying everyone turns into a patient. It's math, guys. Like, it's part of life. But this is my question to him, Rebekah. I go, "Hey, Dr. G, what do you think would happen if we spent $60 a day?" Which, by the way, guys, that's $1,800 a month.
Nothing.
He has $65,000 cases coming. He's got these gigantic cases. And this was his answer. He goes, "I'm worried if, like, the front desk can handle it. I don't know if we can do that." And I was like, "Bro, like, you're solving the wrong problem. Like, if you're getting 3 new cases extra, now you have 6 coming in.
Yeah.
Your math and probability. Now, what if we run a workshop?"
Right.
In
a day.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, so anybody could be doing this. Pretty awesome. Now, do you guys actually do the presentation for them, or do you, like, just give them the slides and you say, and give them a demo video, like, this is how you do it, correct?
Exactly. We give them slides. Sometimes we'll have a video that they press play on. They'll do a demo in their office, like, my martial arts school. We actually are, like, demoing jiu-jitsu with the kids. They see it right in front of them. Costco. This is what it is. It's a Costco-based selling system. You go to Costco, you know how the kids are. They find all the samples.
Yeah.
They taste all the samples. They might even grab a second one if you're like my kids. And then they're like, "Mom, buy it." And what do? You're like, "Okay, let me see. What's the price? What are the ingredients?" "Okay, in the cart."
Yeah.
Done.
I love it. So you're going to be at Jordan Hall's event. Okay. Yes. So you're going to be at Jordan Hall's event. Kevin's going to be there. I'm going to be there. We have, like, a lineup with Robert Cialdini, who is an absolute legend of legends. Yeah. There's a few other guys, like the founder is at Priceline. Is that correct? Why are you speaking at this event? I know you've been around Jordan now for a while, And obviously I'm helping get the message out, but it's a great opportunity to reconnect with some amazing people. So what are you going to be talking about and why are you going? I want to know from your thing. Yeah.
So, you know what I love in the marketing space is I love people that do what they say they're going to do. Like, show me who you are, don't tell me. This is how I live my life, right? So I have this standard of like other people showing me who they are. And then when they show me, I believe them. And Jordan has time and time again showed me who he was in a very positive perspective, how he networks, how he flows, how he looks differently as things. You know, he's often told me, Rebekah, where is the most leverage space? And I operate my life on leverage, right? But he has another level of looking at it. And so I take that like seriously, super seriously, is that wisdom. And, you know, there's been changes that I've done, you know, edits that I've had, cutoffs that I've had because Jordan was like, hey, where's the most leverage space? And so when he invited me to this fight, I was like, in this event to speak on the stage, I was like, I think you just sent that message to the wrong person. He was like, no, I want you there. He's like, you don't understand.
Yeah. No, I can see why you want you. Yeah, 100%.
And so, of course, I accepted. I'll tell you this, I don't go to a lot of events. I'm kind of a hermit crab. I work from home. My daughter often is like, Mom, get out of the house. Other than for like a sports event, you know, if it's a soccer game, I'm there. But other things, I don't often do it. So I'm going to be there and I'm super, super excited for what he's bringing to the table that is going to create not just a pivot, but highlight the pivot that's happening, right? Highlight what other people are just not seeing, not paying attention to, and they're wondering why they're drowning in all of the noise and the bills and the non-buyers. And they're just like, oh my God, this was working 2 years ago, but why isn't it working now? And so he's just going to shine a light on what that pivot is, what's happening. And I think if you're there and you're really smart, you'll take one thing and apply it to your business and things will change.
Yeah. How would you characterize, I couldn't agree more, by the way. Like, I think that's exactly right. How would you, like Kevin, who I interviewed on the last one, talked about like if you want to be someone, when I was talking about winning the trust algorithm, like how do you win the trust of, and Kevin said something that I noted, I thought it was very intelligent, which was the buyers have such a higher level, or he said sophistication level. So that's more of a marketing talk. But the sophistication level of buyers overall is higher because they have access to every research capability. Hey, ChatGPT, can you tell me everything that's out there on Rebekah Duron? Is there anything that I shouldn't, you know, like what? And like that's going to start talking in a second. That was a great one.
Yeah.
What would you say, like if you were talking to your clients? Like, this is what I'm seeing as the big shift that's occurring. Like, what's your experience with that?
You know, trust in the market space is huge, right? Again, it's not what you say, it's what you do. I have this thing that I've said for years and years and years. In fact, we implement it into our local business when we're talking to new customers. And we're telling them every single thing that's about to happen, what's in front of them. And the thing that we tell them that's very succinct is, hey, listen, we understand that you don't know us yet. And we believe that transparency builds trust. So I'm going to show you everything that's about to be in front of you. So you can't say, oh crap, I didn't know this was about to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think in our space, we're transparent. I think we like to use the fancy words and we use the fancy terms, and we'll pull out a picture that was like really, really great, but it's like your only good case study. And you're not really transparent on what truly is about to happen, what this road looks like. And I think if more people were transparent about the good and the bad and all of it, you would have more trust in the market. And, you know, one of the things that Kevin said, he was like, just be better, right? Like, and
be somebody who's trustworthy and you won't have to do it. I do believe you got to demo it though. Like, you have to demonstrate your behavior and just for everybody, my encouragement, because we're all saying the same thing there, is that Gary Vee's not wrong when he says, go live, post more, syndicate your content. Like, if I would say there's one thing that almost every expert I meet that's a real expert, that's really good, that's trustworthy, they're not syndicating their genius enough.
Yeah.
And that's why workshops are so powerful, because like it's like, well, why isn't our business full? Well, because you're not marketing and like you're not letting the world know about you. You're like, well, that's being salesy or pushy or braggy. Like, well, bro, no, it's not. It's doing the highest level of service for somebody by giving them the most the biggest opportunity to buy from you, so you can solve their biggest problem or a big problem. You know, because when we look at whenever I look at expert sales pitches who are struggling to like sell more, they're afraid to give the offer.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm afraid to look salesy, I'm afraid to look pushy, I'm afraid to do that. Well, no, you just need to like know how to properly structure your content and your demonstration. So I couldn't agree more.
Think about it like this. You know, most business owners don't want to be salesy. I think sales is like a fundamental thing that everyone should learn, like brushing your teeth, right? Because it's just going to make you operate on a higher level. But I also believe that you shouldn't sell people, you should help people. And some people you can't help, and you need to identify that. Mm-hmm. And they need to identify that, like, hey man, I can't help you. I don't want your money, because if I take your money, you're not going to do anything. And therefore, like, it kind of calls me a fraud, and like you a fraud because you didn't say you didn't do what you say we're going to do. So like, keep your money. I'll keep my peace of mind. We'll move forward.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to sell people to take their money. I'm here to help people. And I'm not talking about changing their life, because it's not always changing your life. I'm not trying to be your savior, right? But I am trying to put the opportunity in front of you that could create massive change for you.
Yeah.
So don't help people, just help more people.
Yeah. I love it. Are you what's your main let's see here. I got the bullets of the speakers here. So we got Jeff Hoffman, who's the billionaire.
There's gonna be a few billionaires there.
But I told Jordan, I was like, dude, I don't even know who Patrick Riddle is. Can you like tell me who he is? Like, we gotta promote who Patrick Riddle is. Like, micro publishing model that turns people's high ticket offers into your distribution empire. What I like about what Jordan's talking about is like, there's so much information and like BS in the market space today. You don't know who to trust or who to buy from.
Yeah.
And he was calling that noise. Like everybody who's watching, or when you watch this, I'll put my interview with Jordan in the comments so you can watch his interview versus like Signal, which is legit. This is what to do. How do you decipher out the noise versus what to actually, you know, like flag your stick in or follow or go further on. Tom Shipley, Tom's brilliant. Tom acquires, you know, says over 20 businesses, raised over 100 million in venture capital, and generated over $1 billion in revenue. He spends most of his time in the e-com space, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Do you know Tom well?
I don't.
Yeah, we're going to turn this into like a Joe Rogan podcast. We're just going to start talking about people. Yeah, it's very good. And then you got Cialdini. Now, you were really excited about being on stage with Cialdini. Why is that?
Well, there's a few people that I have, you know, grown up listening to, reading about, and Cialdini is one of them.
Yeah.
So I was in the sales world before I became a marketer. And so that space is special to me in a sense. And the truth behind it is more special to me, you know, like the real applicable, honest pieces of this. If you were to like ask me, like, what's the most important characteristic about a person? I'm like, well, their integrity, their honesty. Yeah. And that's kind of how I operate my life, and like how I attach myself to people that I listen to.
Do you find that it's interesting? Do you find that it's interesting that books like Cialdini's books, Stephen Covey's books, I'm finding that The Ultimate Sales Machine is becoming more relevant now than ever before because of the noise with digital, you know? Do you find it interesting, like those foundational, like good timeless principles of building trust, influencing people on many different levels before they get to you, is more important now than ever. I got a little cry right here.
Oh no, I love it. I love the little crier. No, I mean, it's just the way life is, right? Like the fundamentals will always win. So if you're going to immerse yourself into anything right now, immerse yourself into the fundamentals of these what has been taught, what's been before us, and apply those to your business. You know, like when everything went from offline to online, it's not that online was like recreated it just had a better distribution. But now online is so noisy that people are taking things offline, like in-house workshops.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let's do this, Rebekah. We're hitting 35 minutes in. How could people get a hold of you? How could people get a hold of you to work with you?
So find me on Facebook, Rebekah Duron. You can find me there. DM me. I have a small group we're kind of pumping up right now for licensing. We did an 8-week cohort just a few months ago, and it changed businesses. And so I'm actually making that accessible right now to some people, to the right people. So yeah, find me on Facebook, and I would say LinkedIn, but I don't check it out often.
Yeah, do Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, there's so much spam. There's so much whatever. There's so much spam there. And then come to the event. Okay, we'll see you September, I think. And then also, if you don't like if you're watching this video down the road, I know we have some other cool stuff going on, so you can check. I'll update all the comments and links and stuff like that. Rebekah, you're awesome. Thanks for jumping on short notice and sharing. And thanks everybody for watching. If you need any assistance from me, if you want to do an interview together or have me speak at your next event to help you sell more of your high ticket stuff, you can ping me on Facebook as well. Okay. All right. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.